In 1950, rebounds in the NBA finally were recorded in the box score. Later, in the 1970s, the NBA exploded with new stats introducing offensive and defensive ratings and divided rebounds between offensive rebounds and defensive rebounds. In the 2010s, and especially around 2013, the NBA started to focus on one more important stat: shot selection analysis. With the technology improving, we've been able to look at where the most successful shots are. With these stats, the game has fundamentally changed. Basketball, just like any sport, is all math. This data has led to many more three-point attempts and a team to be created based solely on these shots. Steve Kerr and the Warriors were told that it wouldn't work, but just a few years later, a team of Steph and other shooters won a championship, which further expedited the three-point shot. This created an unofficial rule of basketball called the 40-40-20 rule. 40% of shots beyond the arc, 40% at the rim, and 20% at mid-range. Once again, math backs this theory up. People would say that 33% from 3 is the same as 50 from 2, because 3 times 33% is 1, and so is 2 times 0.5. For the rest of the league, this holds up as the average field goal percentage is around 45%, so it only equals about 88 points per attempt. While 3-point percentage is around 36%, which leads to 1.08 points. This has led players to make the conscious decision to back up their mid-range a couple of feet to convert it into a 3. However, the volume of these shots also matters. If these shots were equal, then yes, 1.08 is more than 0.88. However, for example, 5 times 0.88 is more than 4 times 1.08. Even though threes have certainly increased, it has still not made the two-shot obsolete. It should be no surprise that the Golden State Warriors have the highest three-point attempts, attempting 43 three-point attempts as a team per game. However, they still take a lot of two-point shots as well. They take about 90 shot attempts per game, meaning that they take 47 twos per game, after subtracting the 43. The Warriors' three-point percentage as a team is 38, but obviously the closer you get to the basket, the better your percentage, with a 56 percentage on twos. With the math, 56% times 47 attempts times 2 points equals out to 52.6 points, while 38% times 43 attempts times 3 points equals only 49.02, so it would seem that the 2 is leading to the majority of points. So why aren't more teams noticing this? Well, a few already have. Despite the three-point revolution, twos are starting to make a resurgence again due to their success. The Nets specifically have made a lot of success, surprisingly less from outside the 3 and more from the mid-range. Alex Hoops has a great video on this where he does similar math to show the Nets' efficiency in this area, with the combination of obviously KD and Kyrie, but also Seth Curry and Warren. So if we've noticed this to make videos on, surely other coaches have to have noticed as well. DeMar DeRozan also has a phenomenal mid-range game due to his spin move and fadeaway modeled after Jordan. Kawhi as well has been notorious for his mid-range shooting with his pull-up jumper. However, I want to focus more on KD because he is so great due to his high release. As we should all know by now, KD is known as the Slim Reaper, and for obvious reasons. His height is a huge benefit and tool in his game, leading to his release often going over players' heads. This has caused a lot of taller players to do something similar and focus on their mid-range game rather than always go through the paint. In the new draft class as well, there's a player that many of you should know by now, especially with the tanking of several teams. Victor Wembanyama is one of the tallest players ever, and this gives him a high release even on the biggest defenders. This means that he is able to have an efficient mid-range game and also a high three-point as well. When Victor gets drafted, we could easily see him and more players taking these high-release mid-range shots. But it depends on who drafts him and how well he fits into the team system. We could easily see the game start to shift from the threes we see every day and back to the fundamental two-point shot. At the end of the day, it's all math.
This is not okay. This needs to stop now.